Hello, 1224 subscribers. What is the difference between you and 1% AI agencies that build AI solutions full time? I am making around $10,000 per month right now, so I would classify myself as a 1% agency owner, even though I don't really feel that way. So I just want to share some of my knowledge as well as some of my thoughts about the industry overall so that you can implement it in your own business. So if we think about the business challenges that AI agency face, I would classify them on 5 different parts. The first is the marketing challenge. So how to get the traffic, how to let people and businesses know that you exist. Then the sales, how do you actually convert the traffic? Then the brand, the business packaging from the website, case studies, PR, social media content. Delivery, the technical skills, right? How do you actually going to deliver the results to the clients? And then the price, depending again on the industry. Sometimes it's very important, sometimes it's not. So if I ask you, what is the most important thing that you need to figure out as fast as you can to succeed? What you'd say? Please let me know in the comments. I would be super curious to discuss it. I reply to all of them. So yeah, but actually from my experience, the biggest challenge that you need to fix, like the problem that you need to fix and the challenge that you face, is the branding. Obviously, it might be controversial since that's why I'm asking you to post the comments and your thoughts. Marketing is very important, right? So without the marketing, without trying, either cold outreach as I do, and this is how I was starting out, hot in terms of the organic traffic, which I don't get right now. Obviously I get the referrals, but I don't get any too much traffic. I had a few calls from this YouTube channel and from my ex Twitter, but it's nothing significant. And then the paid ads. Okay, so yeah, sure, you need to manage at least one of these traffic sources to start, something. Sales. I think sales even more important than marketing, like the persuasion skills, how you're gonna explain to the businesses that you are the real deal. You are the one who they need to hire. Again, it's not only about the AI agencies, it's about SMMA niche overall. And like the sales is the most, I think, important skill that you need to master. But this is like an actual skill, since primarily you would show it on the sales calls or writing the different proposals, the presentations for your clients. Then the brand is important, since you need to have the website, you need to have the key studies, you need to have the PR and social media. But how important this is? Some people say that it's not that important, especially when you are starting out. Maybe you don't need the website. Maybe for the key studies, you get, a few here and there. And then, for the PR, you don't really need like any articles, and you can just leave one LinkedIn account and that's it. Maybe that's delivery, right? Delivery is very important, since if you have no idea how to actually build something, you're not gonna sell it to the clients. I mean, I am a fan of selling first and then building it. But first, of course, you need to know what are the different options to build certain things so that you can craft your offer around it. But then when the offer is done and when you can present it well using the sales skills to the businesses, then when you convert them to, let's say, a demo, to a prototype, maybe by doing a free thing in an exchange for a case study, then you actually go ahead and build the thing. Again, we will have like more videos on the channel where I discuss about the delivery in details. The price, again, so some businesses can afford like better solutions with bigger budget, but sometimes they just want a very small thing, and they don't and cannot afford a comprehensive solution. And even if we are developing the very advanced things, the price may vary depending on the agency. And this is just the reality of the market right now. So the same service can be sold for $3,000 and I think $10,000, just depending on the sales skills and the brand. So I think that this year is the most important thing that you need to have in order to succeed. And yeah, I know that that's pretty sad because the brand is not something that you can do like that. So essentially, yes, sure, you can learn sales, right? So you can complete different courses, you can go to masterminds, you can maybe join some private groups that will help you to master the sales. And I think you actually need to do that, right? But this is the skill that you can master. Marketing, same thing. Marketing is more technical skill. So I post a lot of videos on my channel where I explain how we do the cold outreach. Obviously, I'm not like sharing all the templates that we use for ourselves, like in terms of the actual outreach messages that we send to the clients, but I give you the ideas. And if you study the cold outreach for a few weeks, you'll have a pretty good understanding with my videos on how to do that. So this is kind of also a skill. Delivery, obviously a skill. Price is not a skill by itself, but when you have an understanding on the market, you'll figure this out. But this thing is not a skill. This thing is a process that you need to complete and to do every day, every week to see some success. I mean, as I already mentioned, I don't receive a lot of incoming inquiries from my content. I have like 1,000 subs on YouTube and around 500 on X. I do have referrals. So I cannot say that, like, right now, my agency, Quimple, is pretty well packaged, right? So we have a pretty okay brand, right? So we have the website, we have the case studies, we have the my personal YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Medium, the business profile for on the X, on the Medium. So I am planning to do the PR. I'm planning to buy some articles like on Bloomberg, so that when people type my name and the company, they will see the article. So I'm planning to do that. And even though I don't really receive the incoming inquiries from the branding, I honestly see that my conversion rate from getting, from cold reaching out to the prospect to the actually closing, even like the closing to the prototype phase, it's higher. I cannot really say in terms of the percentage, since it has been only like 3 months when I started actively post. But when I hop on the sales calls, I can easily, and I always do that. So I always mention that, hey, we're not a new company. We've been in the business for a year and a half. And I was always doing that. But I was saying, hey, we have the website and we have some case studies. Now I can say, hey, we have the website, we have the case studies, but also have a YouTube channel where I share some of the things that we build for our clients. If you look closely at my YouTube, I post the content not only about the how to make money like this or how to grow your agency, the content which is primarily designed for you guys that are watching this video, for the guys that are trying to scale or to start making money with AI. But also, as you can see here, I post technical things which potentially, yes, can bring me incoming leads, but this is how I think about it. I mostly can refer the clients from the cold outreach to these videos and say, hey, here's our work. These are the actual things that we built. And obviously they are not going to build it themselves. They're probably not going to watch, hour and a half video. But when they will see that, okay, so I have 1,000 subs, I have 1,000 views, so people like it. So it's probably something interesting. Maybe they'll see, okay, so I know what I'm talking about. This improved my conversion so much. I would say it's doubling the conversion. Like again, just in the rough estimates, maybe a bit lower, but it's in that numbers. So at least for making the demo and the prototype, when I hop on the call, I offer to build them the prototype or the demo for some small amount. And when you are no one, even if you, this is what I mentioned in my previous video, even when you don't want to charge them, you are willing to work for free, right? Still, a lot of businesses would not need it. Like maybe they need the AI solution, but when you offer the demo for free, they will not go for it because it's not about the money. When you sell the solution for $5,000, it doesn't really matter like is your prototype free or it's like $500. The money usually, and this is how I position it, it's usually the commitment that they, from their side, that they are willing to test it and like put and like some effort in terms of the analyzing the data that we provide, data being the prototype. So the conversion of making and offering this to like creating the prototype is much, much higher than I used to have without all these things. And obviously, each month we add new and new case studies to our portfolio, so it becomes easier. And this is, guys, the hard truth. This is how I think most of the agencies right now making their money. I know that there are not that many successful AI companies that do the cold outreach. I know there are some, but I'm one of them. So usually they receive inbound traffic, either from the content, which is not like really the case, because again, like we are all watching the same videos on YouTube and we see the same faces. But if you count all these faces, there would be like 20, 30, 50, whatever, right? Of the actual, valid guys that have, more than 1,000 subs, or maybe more. Okay. But usually people come from, let's say, the like agency owners, the AA agency owners. They come from the background of, regular smma. Like they had an SEO agency, they had a content agency, and now they either started to introduce AI services inside their like work scope, or they started a new thing, but they already have the connections, and these connections bring them new connections, and this is like a flywheel. And this is why I think like this is the edge, right, that people right now use to make money and to selling AI things. So you might ask, okay, Eugene, but how does it really apply to me? Because you probably don't have the YouTube channel, and some of you guys, like most of you, I think, don't have the case studies, right? So what do you do? Again, I think you do the same thing as you would do without paying attention to it. Like if you choose the cold traffic, you do like you are, building the infrastructure, you're starting to do the outreach, you're trying to test the market. Maybe if you're running the paid ads, you're trying to see what is the conversion rate. If there are some leads coming in from your, past experience, maybe from the past job or your from the past business that you were running, you were kind of doing the same thing. You're learning sales, but at the same time, you need to pay attention to how you position yourself on the market. And as I already mentioned, you obviously need to have the website, create all the profiles that you can, because when people, the owners of the business, will type your name, they will see, like, instead of seeing some random people, if you have, let's say, X, LinkedIn, Medium, whatever, like Quora, maybe Reddit, maybe Crunchbase, you can get a profile. So you kind of get all these profiles, and when they type your name, they will at least see like the website if you mention yourself on the website, and they will see like your social media profiles. So it's not the best, but it's better. Like it means that this person does exist. For the case studies, this is kind of the hardest part, and I am planning to record another video on how to actually, get the first case studies. By the way, some of you know that I have a free resource hub where I publish, I record a lot of videos and I show the different like AI things that we built for our clients. All of the templates are available for free. First link in the description. You go there and get access to my resource hub, so you can just copy and paste it to your project. But what I also wanted to say is that I run like a newsletter. So you sign up to my newsletter, you get the link to the resource hub. And I usually post like 1 or 2 times max a week on like additional content that I don't post anywhere, usually my thoughts, maybe some updates for my agency. So if you're curious, again, first link in the description. So I am going to publish another video where I'll like kind of provide all the different ways how you can get the case studies, all the different possibilities right now when you're starting out, or how to capture and create the proper things, proper case studies when you already had a client, when you deliver the result, how to present it to the future businesses that want to work with you. But for right now, I can say that obviously you need to do the like free work, but it's also a problem, since, as I already mentioned, businesses don't really want the free work if you don't have anything. Yeah, and this is kind of the biggest challenge of the industry right now. Because if you think about like marketing agencies, let's say you're doing marketing services or you're doing like graphic design. So for the graphic design, it's more straightforward with the graphic design than it's kind of marketing services, and then there's AI. Because when you will offer something, for free, or in terms of the design, you can like design a poster, a banner, or a landing page and present it to the client. They will see if you're good or not. They don't really care that do you have like experience or not. And you can even do that without asking them, right? So you can design it first and then say, hey, here is what I built. But the problem with, marketing as well as the AI is that for the marketing, you cannot like really do anything for the business before talking to them. There are some things, for example, some research and analyze the competitors. For the AI, it's even harder. Like most of the competitors of the businesses that you're going to talk to don't use AI. So if you can reference, hey, your competitor is already using the AI and this is what it brings to them. Awesome. This is like cool. But this is usually not the case, right? Since AI is still very new. So I would say that you need just to do a lot like cold outreach, in different ways, depending on the industry, from social media, from cold calls, which I think is the best way especially if you're a native speaker, or from the cold emails. You can also run ads, maybe paid ads on the demo. But I haven't like tested it a lot, so like I cannot really talk about the paid ads as a marketing channel as a whole. Okay, and I want to provide some examples from my past background, which is not related to AI. Again, some of you know that I do own a few brands on Amazon. I have an e-commerce background. I've been building brands, products, launching different products. I had an agency around launching products on Amazon for like 7 years. The agency I had for a year and a half. Anyways, so as you can see, like these are, for example, like 2 different products, right? But it's kind of the same industry. This is obviously the website Magic Spoon. I think they don't sell products on Amazon. But whatever, let's say this is the product, and just imagine that they would have like kind of similar website. So maybe in terms of the value, the product is the same, right? It's probably not the same, so it's different audience, but I think you'll get the idea. But you see this package and you see this package. So you see that this brand has an option to charge more because their products look more premium. Again, it doesn't mean that Magic Spoon is a huge company. I've been studying them a lot, but it doesn't mean that Magic Spoon makes more money than these guys. Maybe they are huge, right? It's the same way as is like Walmart and whatever. No. Wait, so I forgot the name of the store. Not wholesale. Wholesale. Wow, I forgot. Whole store USA. What's the Whole Foods? Whole Foods, sorry. Jesus Christ. Okay, so Whole Foods, right? So it's like the same way. Whole Foods seems more premium, but it doesn't mean that they make more money than Walmart. But I think you get the idea. So, and here is one of my products, brand new. We're selling personalized bridesmaid apparel. So these are kind of our images, right? And as you can see, this one, they look like a bit more premium than the others on the market. Again, like there are like this niche is huge, and that's why we're still struggling. Like for example, like this brand, like a Cowier, these guys are selling like 1 million a month, and we're selling on Amazon probably like 100,000 max. So even though like I would say that our images are better, and we've been A/B testing a lot of different things, but it's very important, on the first impression that you show to the clients, right? So this is one of the competitors that we have. Like look at their photos. Like what is this? This is kind of seems like a professional photo. This is whatever a photo from like the iPhone 5, and look at us, right? So this does look more legit. The same way it applies to you, to your website, to your case studies, how you present the case studies. If you have the case studies being reviews, right? These guys still actually sell a lot, but I know their conversion rate and the click-through rate, which is kind of not more important, but also the very important metric when we run the ads. So I know that we have a very good click-through rate. So people are clicking on our listings, but they're not like buying too much. So they buy, I think the Cowier has much better conversion. And we were, testing a lot of different things, but primarily it's because of the reviews, and we had like some problems. Anyways, so this is one of the brands that I used to work with probably 3 years ago. And this is like a CMOS type of product. Maybe some of you heard about it. You can like do a lot of things from the CMOS. You can do the gummies. You can do the pills. And gel is kind of one of the most the best selling product in the whole niche. So as you can see, this is like I was working with True CMOS. This is the brand. And as you can see, they have like pretty nice photos, right? So behind the photos, you can see the fruit, you can see the kind of the gel. And that was created, like that was my idea. Before we introduced it, no one on the market had it, right? So they usually had like this, and I'm not working with this company anymore, so I'm not sure. This is probably because of two things, so they're not like focusing. But as you can see, they have this is like pretty big brand right now, and like most of the brands before, and this is how the True CMOS were doing that before I came up to the company. Like on the marketplace, there were like very simple photos. But then we introduced kind of the background fruits with some gel, the interactions. And as you can see, everyone started to copy us because it does look pretty neat. And like none of the products right now has like an empty background. So if you go to the second page, maybe we'll find it. So kind of like here, but this is the pills. These are not the CMOS itself. Yeah, as you can see, everyone. So that's where like even the first impression, and you may say, oh, Eugene, you know what? This is the ecom. This is like, obviously we're not running ads, but I'm like just trying to provide you my thoughts on the branding and the packaging, whatever you sell, right? So better it looks. Obviously you don't have the click-through rate that you can compare with, but better it looks, more businesses will be inclined to believe that you are actually telling the truth, because before paying something to you, they cannot 100% be sure that you will deliver the results. Again, there are a lot of different like offers you can do. You can play around with the pay per result basis. Very hard to do in the AI niche. Maybe if you're doing like the cold calls, building the cold caller AI, or for the incoming inquiries. So depending on the inquiries amount, depending on the resolution percentage, so you can like play around with the offers, but still it's not as straightforward as with marketing or like graphic design agencies or even SEO agencies, which kind of can guarantee a certain result. So here businesses tend to work with the businesses that have the pretty good branding. Again, this is just my observation. Again, if you want to get more content, first link in the description, my newsletter, as well as the resource hub. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.